guys, I got Nasir coming at you with a 2x KO video. This is going to be a little differently. I'm doing this one post commentary. We're not going to be reporting live matches with me talking because these are my first ever matches, well, some of my first ever matches on the game in casual. So I kind of wanted to do a video more so breaking down the game because I felt like I was going to struggle, and I did struggle a lot while trying to execute moves and stuff, you know, while I was actually playing. And obviously when you're not brand new, when you're newer playing a fighting game, or when you play a fighting game for the first time or in a long time, you kind of like have to knock the rust off and like really get comfortable and neutral and comfortable just playing the game, while also having to learn your opponent that you're going up against and like playing around what they're potentially doing to you and stuff. And basically that's like all that was happening in this video. It was basically just me playing Jinx against somebody else playing Jinx unironically. And shout out to him because he actually joined my server afterwards and like randomly, because I don't even have like none of my stuff linked to my my Riot account. But yeah, he just saw my name and I guess he joined my server and was like giving a little explanation on why he was playing the way he was playing. Because I'm not gonna lie, when y'all watch the video and like you'll see it in the background obviously, but when you see how he was playing in some moments, it was like, why is he acting like this for like certain moments of the gameplay, or like certain things we kind of do that's kind of like random as hell it seems. And like it's just one, me, like I said, getting comfortable with the game, but two, also just kind of like figuring out what I can and can't do, because like there is no substitute for actual matches. Like you can be in the lab and you can like lab routes and shit, but there's no substitute for you actually getting comfortable landing it in a match, doing it mid-game, hitting the combo against somebody really trying to win against you, versus like just a CPU that's either like not really trying as hard, or a CPU that's just, you know, a lower level so that they're not gonna fight against you as well. So I think that's all the like prefacing I felt like I needed to do for this video. But yeah, I wanted to low-key just talk about Jinx in this game. And granted, like I said, I'm still fairly new, so I haven't like labbed everything, and I haven't gone against like a large variety of high school people to really like stake a claim on like fully how I feel about her. But for me, like, I like Jinx, I like her traps, I like her rockets, I like the way she plays, but it's just a little weird to me in some aspects, some of the things that she does. And like I think my biggest kind of hurdle when it comes to 2x scale, with like getting more comfortable to it, is honestly the what is it called? I'm trying to remember. Neutral, that's it. It's trying to like maneuver in neutral, like super jumping and like doing all the other neutral, like, what's it called? Doing all the other like movements in neutral aren't like bad, but they feel awkward to me at times, because like this game has a run button, for example. I typically don't use a run macro or a run keybind to like dash forward and like the input reader. I don't know like comparatively how good this one is to like other fighting games, but like I saw somebody on Twitter talk about it at one point where they felt like the input reader wasn't that great, and I'm like, I can kind of see that complaint, because I'm not gonna lie, there are times where I press something and sometimes like literally nothing comes out, or like I'll press something and it comes out like a little after I pressed it, and I'm like, I feel like I pressed that first. But you know, sometimes it just happens like that. Could be lag, could be the input reader not working as good as intended. Like I said, it's a lot, and I'm still like fairly fresh at the game, inexperienced in a lot of ways, so I'm not like trying to make too harsh of judgments and speak too like definitively on certain things. I'm just stating my opinion on stuff I felt. Jinx's gameplay overall just feels a little hard to get in at times, depending on like if you're not zoning with rockets. If you're like either zoning, then obviously you're not trying to get in, you're playing a keep away game, and I feel like she does good at that. Now against other people, like the person I was fighting in this video became my server, and he said that she doesn't really have anything to like counter Blitzcrank, because obviously Blitzcrank because it has grapples and command grabs that make it hard to, you know, get away from him. And I've seen some of the like stuff that people on Twitter were like, yo, look at this Blitzcrank Jinx combo. Is she going crazy in this? And I'm like, damn, that's like kind of insane that, like, you know, Blitzcrank and Jinx can really do some of the like fucked up shit that they do to you because of his ability to just grab you and put you in a situation where now you have to hold her pressure. Because that's what a lot of her what's it called, Jinx's projectiles do. They can generate a lot of pressure if you use them right. So it's like, huh, that's interesting. And it's cool that that, you know, certain things work the way that they do, but it's gonna take me a little time to get used to it because I'm not typically somebody who plays Zoner. Like, the most Zoner character that I technically play is probably like, I don't even know if he counts technically, but I guess technically he does, is Scorpion in, you know, Mortal Kombat, because he has the spear so he can zone a bit. And especially in like in Mortal Kombat 1, he has like his low I forgot what the hell the input is, but he has that sweep that like hits twice but also like is a low, and it's like really good for like mixing people up. Like, you can kind of zone a little bit with Mortal Kombat 1 Scorpion. I think it's in Mortal Kombat 11. I meant Mortal Kombat 1. You can kind of zone with Mortal Kombat 1 Scorpion, but like, he's not your traditional zoner. He's not kind of play full screen 24/7, you know? I feel like that's kind of accurate. So I don't really play zoner, so I'm not really too experienced with that playstyle. I just, you know, I like Jinx a lot, so I was like, I wanted to play her. And it's now requiring me to up my, not knowledge, I guess up my skill with it and like get comfortable playing a character that is more accustomed to zoning and staying back. But then in this match specifically, I'm playing another Jinx, so it's like, oh hey, you're playing a zoner who's also trying to zone. And also, depending on, you know, what part of the clip is put here. Like, one thing I was also fucking struggling with, bro, is just like getting comfortable with what input is what. Cause dog, there's so many times in this fucking recording where I was playing earlier this morning where I will hit a wrong input. Like, I'll try to do forward S1, just pull out the minigun and I start shooting and I'm like, bro, I'm fucking up. And then I get opened up and hit because of it. Cause I'm like, dog, I'm not trying to fucking pull out the minigun, but like, you know, I press the wrong button and I get punished for it, which is what should happen. But there's also times like when I'm trying to run down on somebody and like they just start hitting me with some big buttons, and this game kind of has, I'd say, a good amount of defensive mechanics. So it's like there's always an option you can use, and sometimes I'm not using, you know, all the options I need to be. But at the same time, it's also like sometimes there's like this kind of like jank feeling sometimes where like I'll try to jump over her and it puts me in a spot where she instantly turns around and is hitting me before I land to be able to hit her. And that's where I'm like kind of used to Street Fighter a little bit, where like that can happen in Street Fighter a little bit, but way more accurately in Street Fighter you're either jumping and hitting your opponent, or if that's not the case, then it's like, oh, I'm jumping, crossing them up, and they're gonna either wait till I land to press a button, or like I said, they're gonna try to like anti-air you maybe early, maybe they anti-air you a little later, so that you know, they can try to stop your pressure. But that's just like I said, whereas like in this game, when I like the very first day I played of the closed beta, when I was playing, well, it might have been the second day of the closed beta when I was playing with my homie, that was like my biggest thing. Neutral just felt so awkward to me, and it's like got a little more comfortable and that slower, so you will definitely get punished if they block it. So then it's like, damn, bro, like how do I get in? Do I just use medium as my get in tool? And it's like you can, but like again, you can't always combo off medium depending on your range from your opponent. You kind of gotta be in that close range, mid to close range for some of Jinx's combos depending on what you're starting with. So it's like he doesn't really have a way of long range converting into a combo that I know of, unless you're like shoot rocket, do minigun on the ground, or you know, like there maybe are some ways that I'm not like super familiar with, but at the same time it's not like all of her options for comboing are from far range. You get what I'm saying? It's not like she got like a Cyrax net, boom, hits you with the net, stuns you in place, she teleports behind you and now can get in and combo. Or it's not like she has, you know, just those like super easy, I'm a zoner, so I'm gonna skip neutral to put myself closer to you, because again, she's a zoner. Her whole thing is technically being far away from you. He wants to put distance between you and her, not give you more opportunities to play up close range to her. But that's where like her combos are, seemingly to the mid to close range. And that's how you also set up all your pressures and stuff. So that's why it kind of felt clunky for me, but like I said, I eventually got it. I eventually started figuring it out, working it out more and more to where, okay, I'm actually comfortable in neutral now. I can actually, you know, get into scramble situations and not feel like I just lose every scramble because my opponent just, like, you know, chose right and I just chose wrong every time. Because obviously you're going to choose right and wrong in some scrambles, but to lose every scramble is like, okay, something I'm doing wrong here, or something my opponent's abusing that I need to, you know, address and do something about. But that was like kind of just like my general first impressions of it. Like I said, I've gotten a little more comfortable, gotten able to like do combos more, and I also just want to like give y'all some gameplay to watch without me yapping, because part of me does I like the idea of being able to sometimes just get to see people play without like hearing too much. You know, you can just look at what they're doing and not have to listen so much to, oh, I was trying to do this but I fucked up, so then I have to go silent while in the middle of recording to then try to, you know, execute the thing I'm trying to do, because like I said, I've been fucking like struggling to do it. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this video like this, where it was more of like a post commentary. So let me know how y'all feel about 2XKO, how you feel if you play Jinx, anybody you look at potentially to like maybe a week or just short of a week at this point. I've deadass been in the lab like every single day. I was gonna record on this weekend, but Demon Slayer movie was this weekend, and then one of my friends' party was this weekend. I went to that too, so that's why I was busy this weekend and not able to get the video out earlier than I wanted to do. But it is what it is. Next video we're gonna come with some actual live commentary. We're playing the game. Hopefully I got my twin in there and me and him are able to play, because we played like one time but we didn't really get to like really practice and like show what we both can do and combine our skills. Like I said, that was more so my first time playing the game since what was it, closed beta 1 or alpha beta, the first playtest 1, the first playtest, and like I was learning the game all over again from scratch pretty much. So it is what it is. I'll see y'all in the next video though. I'll leave y'all with some gameplay. Peace.
Little baby, you out, you know you was wrong.